to another episode of Africans Talking Sports Podcast. I was missing last week, moving from north of the country to back next to Albert. I'm back in the Carolinas, back with the fellows. Another week of Africans Talking Sports, another week of Arsenal troubles, another week of Chelsea there ringing, ringing the goals, climbing the table, sitting pretty at the tops while we're fighting for relegation. But gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. Ty, Al, what's going on, gentlemen?
I'm good. I don't know about Al, but I know I'm good.
Well, it is what it is. We're here.
Oh, man.
All right, on to this podcast, we're going to be covering something really important to every one of us, especially as Africans. I know not just in football, but if you are an African, if you live outside Africa, maybe even if you're in Africa, you've experienced this racism in football. We will talk a bit about that. We had a big incident this week in the Champions League, and also in the Premier League a little bit too, or maybe it was in the Championship.
The championship.
It was in the Millwall game.
Yeah, in the Championship. But then other fans ended up reacting to that. We will review the Champions League games and then also review the Premier League games from last weekend. And then, as usual, look forward to this weekend set of games and then give our scores and predictions. So we kick it right off. Racism in football. As you know, the big stuff this weekend was Paris Saint-Germain versus, what was the other team name again?
Istanbul, I think.
Istanbul, Bashik. I don't know.
Yeah,
butcher the name.
It was
Turkish
Istanbul,
team.
yeah.
Yeah, the Turkish team where the assistant referee referred to Pierre Webo, the former Cameroonian international and current assistant coach on that team, referred to him as the black guy, and basically calling a Negro or something like that in the Romanian language, and the players on the Parisian team and the Turkish team refused to play. The game was cut off. I think from our point of view is a big step because we've seen players who walk off before. I don't think I remember a time, at least when I've been watching football, where both teams walked off and the game was cut off. I think it was the right thing to do, but it just shows you that in 2020, in today's, even in today's time, there's still racism, people discriminating against you based on the color of your skin, which is really stupid, but it happens and it affects people playing the game, people watching the game, in society as a whole. But since we talk on the sports side, talk on the football side, we'll touch on that a little bit. But I think that was the right thing to do. I think it's a precedent. Like you guys say, also happened in the Millwall game. Since the Black Lives Matter protests of the summer, the players in the Premier League, I don't know about the other leagues in Europe, but they've been having Black Lives Matters on the shirt. They've been kneeling. And when they came back this weekend, this is the first weekend with fans. So they actually have fans to react to that stance. And now all the fans were happy. Some of the fans were booing. So we can see now that not everybody knows society except
it wasn't some of the fans. Everybody else fans clapped for it. It was Millwall fans that started booing.
So that'd be specific.
Yeah, it was Millwall fans. Everybody else clapped.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. But that makes me wonder. I know I saw the Liverpool fans clap for it. I saw everybody else clap for it. But the Millwall fans were the first. I'm wondering how many people in the background now are reacting to that, and how many people really do feel like the Millwall fan feel.
But I mean, a lot of people will feel like that. We're talking about England, we're talking about Europe, we're talking about, racism is all over. But when they did that, I guess their ownership got embarrassed. They had to put out these pre-game programs and give it to them like for the next game, and saying that, hey, this incident happened in the last game. We are pleading with you guys to not let it happen this game. Go along with the movement clap for it and show our appreciation. If we catch anybody doing that, you would basically be banned from the stadium. So we'll see how they will go the next game. But as I saw the update on that. But the PSG game 1-2, that was a big step, because before, players will walk off, a player will try to walk off, and then some of the teammates will try to talk them back on the pitch.
Yeah.
The EPL been trying to ban fans from the stadium that's being racially abusing people, but I don't I don't we can depend on FIFA, but FIFA all about the money. So I don't know if they would cancel games and stuff. It's up to the players to take it in their own hands, like how PSG did, to basically walk off. If the fans want to be, racist, then you don't have no game. We'll walk off. The points get deducted from both teams, and then everybody else suffer. And then we'll see who starts hitting and how far that racism will go. That's just my solution.
What's your whole take on it
Yeah,
before?
I mean, there's a lot of work that needs to be done in the game. Apart from just putting the low badge on the shirt sleeve, saying the respect and all that other stuff. But for those Millwall fans, come on, you've been watching this game in lockdown. You've been seeing players dealing. You should expect that before coming to the stadium. If you didn't like that, stay at home and keep watching on TV or whatever. But this is something that's been agreed upon by players in the league. So at least as a fan coming to the stadium, you should expect that, and at least you should, at least honor the players that's playing for you, because that's what they agreed to. Um, the thing that the whole PSG thing, the thing that I was looking at is that the guy kept trying to defend what he was saying. Even if you say that maybe he was trying to just point out a particular person the way he did it, or he did him, his intention wasn't to be racist or whatever. But I thought with him working for UEFA or FIFA, whoever he's working for, I would assume that he will understand the issues in the game concerning the whole racism thing, and probably just be like, no, sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It was not, it was not my intention. And just try to cut it out as opposed to trying to talk about
I mean,
language.
I
And
mean, of course, he tried to defend himself, because everybody was on his ass basically, and like in his face. So he was. I mean, you can see
yeah,
he was standing there looking kind of goofy, and just like, oh yeah, well, I said it this way, I said it that way. That's why
mm,
Didier Drogba came and said, when you point out other players, you won't say the white player, or the
Yeah,
Asian
yeah.
player. They would be like, oh, number 8, number 5, or that guy, or something like that.
Yeah,
White guy would
yeah.
be like, they're black, they're negro, or negro, whatever he called him in his language. That's the big thing they were on, and that's why Kylian Mbappe and Neymar basically said the dude got to leave. They can't play with him as the fourth official. And
see,
as
so
and then they went in the locker room and said, "Hey, yo, you guys want us to go outside? Holding with locked in arms to show unity." It was a big step. That's unprecedented. It has never happened before. So
yeah, it was. And so that's what's the, because sometimes stuff happens, but the reaction, how you react to it, how you handle it is important. And I thought the guy, he didn't, defend yourself wasn't a good thing. And that leaves to say, what is the education that UEFA, FIFA is actually giving their officials? Because you tell the fans respect this, nobody's saying the stand, but your official, are they really teaching these officials? Is there something going on? There a training program for match officials to be aware of these things?
Mm.
That's another question that
I mean, I'm
raises
pretty
in
sure.
my
I'm
mind.
pretty sure that they've done some form of communication, but to the extent that they don't know that, that's what we don't know. So you do a low company blast or a low memo. Somebody might slip up that their intent is their intent. So they
Yeah.
will still slip up at some point.
I think they haven't done. I don't think FIFA has done enough. I don't think the football associations in Europe
I know we
has
know
done
that.
enough. Yeah, they haven't done enough, and I think it's a large part because it's accepted by and large in European society. In American society, so football is just a reflection of what happened in society. So I know they used to give clubs $2,500 fines. But if they keep doing that, these things will happen. If football fans know that, like you said, their team can be deducted three points, not just forfeit the match and then deducted 3 points or something like that, or player can be banned for 6 months or 3 months if they were having those kind of consequences for being racist, you wouldn't see something like this in football.
That's what I said. So I
Yeah.
said, take the points. Take the
Yeah,
points.
but they don't do it. The
You take
FIFA
the
doesn't
points.
go far enough. The Football Association doesn't go far enough. I see Aber has a little bit of a problem at home. I think he's got to go take care of his son. So you and I will just keep talking. But what do you think? Yeah, we're talking about taking points away. Um, I think they probably need to organize something in Europe. Since Europe is the epicenter of football right now, they need to organize something on the continent and have all the football and come up with a unified stand on what needs to be done or steps, actual actionable steps that people know is defined. It's nothing like that right now. It's just all, flimsy in the air. Every association do their own thing. No consequence. And so if the players don't react like they reacted, then it won't go anywhere. Um, that's what I think. I don't know if you guys have any more solutions to it, but you don't want to waste it.
That was my solution I give. Walk
Yeah.
off the
Yeah,
field.
I agree with that
Walk off the field.
solution.
Deduct points from the unfortunately from the
And make
team
the
that
fine heftier, make the fine heftier, that, people will think twice before, doing or saying or
Yeah.
acting in certain ways.
Yeah, I think if a player do it, ban him for several months. But the points thing is the main thing. In football, points is too valuable
because if
two,
the banning
6 points, it takes so much more.
if
than,
the banning players, the fans will not, they will feel it, but they don't feel the pinch as much as the points. Imagine your team in relegation zone trying to struggle, and then they deduct three points from you to the bottom of the table, about to get demoted. We'll see how racist you are at that point.
All right, well, now we'll switch on to something more positive, something more sports related, which is why we're here.
I guess it's supposed to relate, isn't
I know, but it's a serious issue, so people might say, okay, this one, but it's a reflection of what we're going through and happening in football, so we had to cover it. So we will turn our attention to the Champions League. For this week, we had finally the conclusion match day 6 of the Champions League. Went on. We had all the teams now qualified. We'll start off with RB Leipzig versus Manchester United. Some game that you're supposed to preview for us. Review what happened in that match with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Your boy, that Jared boy.
I like Ole. I like Ole.
That's the only game in the Champions League I will be going over anyway. But yeah, Red Bulls. Yeah, you see, you told you was gonna get me with that name, huh?
Oh, that's why he did it.
I brought him back.
That's why he did it.
Yeah, I told you was gonna get me with that name.
Oh,
man.
But yeah,
I didn't even notice.
I said, okay, I see what you're trying to do here. But the game was it was a good game. United had a lot of problems from in the first half. This guy called Angelino, I think the left back, right? The left back.
Yeah, number 3.
He's from City, right? He's from City, right?
Yeah, he's a former City player. That's what I learned. He kept giving him a hard time. He was a total in the flesh. Juan Basaki couldn't keep up with him on that side. Just within 2 minutes he scored. Beautiful, diagonal goal across the goal, from a very, tight angle. Moment later he had the same thing. So he kept kind of terrorizing them down that flank. And the second goal kind of came from him. It was from his impact again down there, from a diagonal goal to a diagonal cross. Or you call it a diagonal assist.
A lot of diagonal.
Exactly. leading to a goal by the right back. So from the left back to the right back into the back of the net. So that was the first half of United. They struggled to contain him. And then second half, came around. They tried to get back into the game with what's his name, Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
He had a wicked free kick that hit the bar.
Oh yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah, it was a wicked. Very wicked free kick. If it had went in, that was going to be a very beautiful goal. But then a Red Bull kept pressing again. Justin Kluivert, came and pounced on the loose ball and made it 3 for the Germans. And but there was a penalty that was given to United, but I don't.
Very soft.
Yeah,
Very soft
I
penalty.
don't think it was a penalty at all. But it's football, you know. So what's the boy name with the hush cut penalty kick?
Bruno.
Fernandez with a hush cut penalty came back and tucked it in there and try to pull, yeah. But United, Pogba, the one that the boy that everybody castigate came. He's been showing a little bit of juice. Since coming back into the team, he scored a goal with a header. I thought it kind of went off of somebody's hand there, but it wasn't too, conclusive enough for it to be called back or anything like that.
Yeah, it went on, he butted and it went on the head of the number 5.
Mm-hmm.
What's the ball, the big head?
Upamecano.
No, not Upamecano.
Yeah.
For Manchester United, the number 5.
The
Oh,
fridge. The fridge.
Maguire.
Maguire.
Yeah, it went off Maguire's head and went in.
Yeah, so but Pogba has been trying at least impacting the attack a little bit since he got back in the team. So but that was the game, it was like a game of kind of two. I think in the second half United kind of tried their best, to fight back, come back in there, what's his name? Rashford was a bit wasteful at times, and the other kid Greenwood. Was
Yeah.
it Greenwood? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it is
but
Greenwood, yeah.
yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, Ole, hey, he's trying. I mean, the team is trying actually. I mean, I'm not gonna bam off them today. Let me make Boko feel happy a little bit. But no, I think it's just a matter when you struggle with one player who try to dominate you, and then you messed up, and then you get those early goals go in the back of the net against you, and then you just try to recover. But overall, I mean, I'm not gonna. Ole tried, man. He tried. But that was the game in a nutshell. The German won 3-2.
Yeah. Ty, you got anything to say about this? Is it?
No.
Not really.
What they call the guy? Pogba.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's come back in the team, but it's a lot of riff is in the background with his agent. You saw what his agent said last
Yeah,
week?
yeah.
This
It
week,
was last
week.
week, yeah.
I mean, we know Riola is crazy and always causing trouble. That's why I'd be so afraid to go after his clients, because he'll always cause issues for you. Every year, something else.
Yeah.
This person want to leave. This person need a bigger contract. He's doing the same thing with Donnarumma at AC Milan. Every year is an issue with that guy. He did the same thing with Lukaku. That's why Lukaku fired him, because Lukaku was supposed to come to Chelsea and then ended up at Man U some way somehow, because we were trying to pay his 10 million pounds agent fees. So while he's talking a lot, talking about how there's Pogba's last year at Madrid, Pogba needs to leave, and that's a lot of stuff going on.
He's in
the
there for the
background.
money, though. He's just
Yeah, I
there
mean, we
to
know
make
that, but
money.
don't make
But
life hard for your
teams,
client with his teammates and with his coach.
Yeah.
all of that, it just depends. Teams need to just understand. Yeah, if you want him to leave, that's fine.
No, but you got to take in consideration. Some of these guys are under contract.
Mm-hmm.
He seemed to have a large pool of clients too, and some of them really used to be really good. I don't know, but he doesn't serve them anywhere. And Pogba hasn't really been starting. He came on to make an
He's
impact.
off the bench a lot.
Yeah, he's been off the bench. Greenwood, though, even though I think he's a really good player, I rate him highly. I think in the next few years he might be something special, but he doesn't take his chances right now. His finishing is just way worse. I mean, the last 3-4 games, he could. His United could have won some of those games, and just wasting chances. Even the game with Cavani came in and they came from behind to
win the 3-2 game.
Yeah, he missed so many chances in that
But
game.
remember in Project Restart, his finishing was like on point. He wasn't missing anything.
Yeah,
left foot, right foot, and then everybody started mounting all this crazy pressure on him.
Yeah.
Like he's the next English this, he's the next David Beckham. And I was like, can you just give the man time to grow into the game?
First of all, they need to leave out with the David Beckham. David Beckham wasn't even that good.
That's the whole English. That's the thing about these young English players. As soon as they score 1 or 2 goals, they become the next big thing since sliced bread. So it's just that that's why I don't really when the new English talent come up, I don't really pay attention to them.
Yeah, well,
You're just a hater, though.
yeah,
why, why
that
I
is
gotta be
true.
the
I'll be
why
hating
I
on
gotta be a
everybody.
hater?
You always hate on young players, man.
Not really
Anybody that's
though.
not Arsenal player.
You want me to go? You want me to go through the list?
No,
You
no,
want
I
me to go
beg
through
you.
the
We ain't got
list?
time for that today.
Okay.
Let's go to the next Champions League game. Real Madrid versus Mönchengladbach.
Yeah,
Todd,
yeah. Madrid,
Madrid absolutely had to win that.
they absolutely had to win that, and they finally had to look like Madrid. No, actually, they played well. Also, again, they played really well. They could have won that game at least five. They could have scored at least 5 goals. But Sommer, the Gladbach goalkeeper, he did well. He did really well. He had some good saves. Madrid hit the post like twice. The first goal they scored, that was all Benzema. That because the cross from Vasquez was not even strong. He just floated in the
It
box.
wasn't. Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
and Benzema like put all neck muscle in there. Hit the ball. Goalie was flat footed. I guess he thought it was going outside or out of bounds. He just like stood there looking at it, bouncing inside the net. Madrid was off and away. The second goal was like pretty though. That kid Rodrigo, I
It's a
think
cross.
I think when Madrid went to Brazil to go buy those kids, I think the Brazilian people told them that they should take Vini in the package by force when they buy Rodrigo. Because Rodrigo is like miles better than Vini.
But he doesn't start that often. Vinny's the
Yeah,
one who always playing.
decision making, like the way he interlinks with Benzema and up there, the way he plays, the way he hustles, he's really good. He's really good. Zidane need to play him more.
Isn't he younger too? Is he younger?
Yeah, he's
I think
younger.
he is younger. Yeah.
Yeah, because that second goal, he didn't like try to dribble the guy. He just needed a little bit of space on the flank there. He felt like he was going back in, and when the guy came in, he just played the ball out a little bit and wrapped it up. Benzema had to do it, just put a head on it. That's all you had to do. That was in the net. They played the game. Mönchengladbach had a chance like earlier on. They kind of, I don't know if Varane be doing nowadays. I don't know if he's got issues at home or something's going on with that dude mentally. Varane used to be like one of the best positionally aware players. Now he just be out of position, be trying to play outside trap and be offside trap and be messing it up. Like he tried to play the dude offside. Dude had a clear one-on-one chance on goal. He tried to chip him. I was going to say Kepa. He tried to chip Courtois and basically play the ball out of bounds. But that game went well. Madrid played the game like really, really well. They kept peppering and peppering and peppering that goal. And I mean they did qualify, which was
Top of the group. Top of the group.
yeah, top of the group.
I
And as
know.
much as they struggled
Yeah.
earlier on. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's the sign of experience. That's the sign of a quality team. Ramos was back. He had a good chance too, that the goalie actually knocked out. So I mean they did their best. They could have won way more with more goals though. Mönchengladbach started all hype and was playing well, and then the last 2-3 games, it just kind of like waned down. But I guess that's where experience comes in.
They still qualify, right? Mönchengladbach is second in the group, and then
They did?
Shakhtar.
I thought Shakhtar qualified.
I don't know.
I thought Shakhtar
That qualified.
I would look.
think
I would
so.
look.
I know Inter went out.
Yeah,
I thought-
Inter is
I-
totally out. I think
thought
somebody dropped. I don't know Shakhtar or Mönchengladbach who
Well,
dropped.
when you
into UEFA Cup.
when you call in the qualification tables, we can look at it.
Yeah. I looked at it earlier today, but I don't remember. Ali, you want to say anything about the Madrid game, or you just?
Mönchengladbach
Well,
qualified. Mönchengladbach
No,
qualified.
actually, Rodri, I actually like him because I've used him in some of my career mode thing. I always used to wonder why is it that this kid is here on the team, but I never see him play. Like really play for them. I was kind of surprised when I started using how good it was. Like, and I look at his stats, I'm like, I never heard of him. Why does he have such high stats and he doesn't play? But yeah, I mean,
Because you're not the biggest scout.
wow. Okay. Okay.
We'll go to the next
But
game.
anyway, the unthinkable didn't happen. So, but it's all right.
You're waiting,
You're
huh?
sitting waiting for something to
Oh
happen.
yeah, quietly and patiently waiting.
All right. Well, the next game we're going to look at, and then we'll run through the scores. Is I think what was supposed to be the biggest game of the round, but it turned out to be a big disappointment. Was Barcelona at home to to Juventus. Cristiano Ronaldo versus Lionel Messi. it wasn't the same category as it used to be 2 3 years ago. First of all, the empty stadium just takes away a lot from a spectacle. But Juventus came up to play. They had really good passing. They were all for the game. They had direction. What's his name? Aaron Ramsey was there pulling the strings. Cristiano was taking shots every time he could get. And what's his name? Quadrago? What was? Yeah,
Quadrado?
yeah. He made a wonderful assist for a player I never heard of.
Well, you don't hear about Weston McKennie?
Never.
He plays for USA. The last time he had a captain band, and I don't remember the game. We're watching the game. I was like, why did coach keep switching the captain band every time? And Weston McKennie had a captain band, but
I didn't even know he was American until now. You're telling me
he used to play for Schalke. He used to play for Schalke in Germany.
You see, it was like a half volley kind of thing he did.
It's like a half volley bicycle.
Yeah, half volley, half bicycle. Yeah, it was a beautiful goal he scored. Obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo had a penalty in the first half, which I didn't think it was a penalty.
I thought it was soft.
It was very soft. But, I didn't even know that was his first time scoring against Barcelona. He never scored against Barcelona before.
When?
In the Champions League.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say that. Not in La Liga.
No, in La Liga he had, but not in the Champions League. Apparently, he had never scored again. But he had two good set pieces, 2 penalties, but he goes away. They hit his obligatory celebration like he had done something really special. As wonderful a player he is, I think he goes overboard with the celebration sometimes, especially something where it's a penalty you expected to score.
You talking about that celebration? You remember that when they won the Champions League, where folks Gary Bill and other people were finished scoring, and it was like one goal that didn't even matter, and he took his shirt off and did that celebration. That's the boy, man. He got to do his thing. So I ain't mad at him. Celebration goal.
Forever the show, man. But let me talk a little bit about Barcelona themselves. It was one of the few games I've seen recently where Messi actually looked like he was up to it. He had made perhaps 8 shots on target. He was up for it, but the team as a whole looked like they're in transition. They were not as good. They did create chances, but at the back they look soft. Every time they attack them, they're leaving big spaces. They keep buying players that perhaps they don't need. They don't have a quality defender. They have these young guys. Most of them I've never heard of before. So I don't think they are at Juventus level. And I think when Messi leaves, or if he leaves, whether he stays or leave, I think they might go through 2 or 3 seasons of transition. And I don't know if Ronald Koeman is the man to actually.
I said that was a horrible hire from the get-go. I don't know. I don't even know why they wasted their time. Like, dude's not a good coach. Not because he's a club legend. You just give him the job. He's not a good coach.
They're just giving it around nowadays, man.
Most of these coaches, I mean, I don't know who else were they in ties over there to play the kind of football.
Trust me,
anybody they won
take the job is Barcelona. Anybody will take the job.
Well, we'll see.
What's the Leeds United coach may probably be? That would be a good challenge for him. But I don't know if he won. Bielsa, man.
You better go get some young players, because not Busquets and
I know running
and Gerrard ain't gonna be running all crazy like that. So
open field running up and down is gonna be a field goal in La Liga.
Yeah, man.
Well, do you have anything to say about the Barcelona game?
No, man, I got nothing to say about those people. I'm glad that all of that is happening there. I was wishing their brother in Madrid was going to face the same, both of them was going to go down in the first round.
Wow.
But, hey, nothing there to say.
Hateration. But
hey,
well, on that note, we will end the first half of the show.
We didn't go over the scores.
Oh yeah,
I got it. I got
Before
it.
I want to say something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I wanted to say at the end of the first half, but rest in peace to Paulo Rossi.
Oh yeah,
the Italian legend who passed away a few days ago. The only person to actually win the World Cup, the Golden Ball, the Golden Boots, and the Ballon d'Or in the same year, 1982. Wow. Yeah, so he's the only player in football history to achieve that feat. So rest in peace to him.
No, I just saw the highlight for that 1982 World Cup game within in Brazil today.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And the goals that were scored in that game from both teams. Wow. It was pretty clear too. It was a pretty clear highlight. It was a pretty clear highlight.
Yeah, it was very clear, crisp too. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see here the rest of the scores from match day 6. Dortmund beat Zenit 2-1. Sevilla beat Rennes 3-1. Lazio and Club Brugge tied 2-2, even though they gave Club Brugge a red card. Chelsea and Krasnodar, it was a 1-1 game. Chelsea played like academy boys. They kind of look good. Dynamo Kiev had a 1-0 win over Ferencváros. Liverpool and Michelin tied 1-1. Club was complaining again about something that day. I don't know what it was, but he was complaining. Atalanta beat Ajax 1-0 and actually kicked them back down to Europa. And
Man,
PSG came back after the game was 0-0 and beat Istanbul 5-1. Bayern Munich had a 2-0 win over Lokomotiv. Atletico won Salzburg 2-0. Man City beat Marseille 3-0. What's the guy named that used to play for West Ham? The skillful guy. He was in there doing Rabonas again and doing the Payet, Dimitri Payet. He was in there.
Did he lose the ball and made him score on his team?
He was doing kind of crazy stuff in that game. Doing skills that they were beating them. They were down like 2-0, doing Rabonas in the box. Inter Milan and Shakhtar, that was a disappointing game. I expected Inter Milan to do something to go through, but they tied the game disappointingly. Conte always struggles in Europe. I don't know why. Even when he was with Juventus and with us, he always struggles in Europe. Round it up, Porto beat Olympiacos 2-0. The standings for the groups, Group A, Bayern and Atletico qualified. Bayern with 16 points, Atletico with 9 points. Real Madrid topped the group after a topsy-turvy campaign, but they showed a quality in the end. Mönchengladbach, even though they lost that game, they came in second on goal difference over Shakhtar. Shakhtar got the same points, but they qualified on goal difference. Man City topped their group, 16 points. Porto, 13 points. Liverpool topped their group, 13 points. Atalanta, 11 points. Chelsea topped their group, 14 points. Sevilla had 13 in second. Dortmund topped their group, 13. Lazio came in second with 10 points. Juve topped their group with 15. But Juve and Bayern have 15 points, but Juve went
ahead Barcelona.
Barcelona. Looking right at them too. They went ahead on head-to-head because Barca got a better goal difference, but they're head-to-head. And then PSG topped the group. Leipzig came in with 12 points as well, but goal difference made PSG top the group. Unfortunately, Man U will be in Europa. So that brings us to the end of this side of things.
All right. So we're looking forward to seeing Manchester United, Ajax, and a few teams with Arsenal in the UEFA Cup. But we don't talk UEFA Cup on this show because we don't talk substandard competitions.
Really?
Except we get to the semi-final or quarterfinal.
Okay, I'll start it. Let's
All right. We must take a break right now. We'll see you on the other side with part 2.